YouTube, what it is, it's your boy Gettin, and I'm back with another video. So pull up your chair, open your ears, let's get it. YouTube, what it is, it's your boy Gettin, and I'm back in the booth to give you more info, more deciphering of this new game, Joe Montana 16. Yes, it's coming out. Yes, it's using that Unreal 4 engine. Yes, I believe they got former 2K devs, former EA devs. Yes, this game is made to beat Madden. Yes, this game I believe is coming out mid-July. Our first real look at this game will be at E3. I can almost guarantee that. It's not proof. I don't have proof, but I can almost guarantee the first time we're going to watch this game fully is going to be at E3. Shout out to my man G-Rob. He was in the Community Watch video. If you didn't see that, check that out. Check him out. Check out G-Rob. He's on YouTube. He's on Twitter. Shout out to him. He helped me out with this video. He sent me a couple of images that I so desperately needed just to prove my point. I know I had the conversation with Sir Damon Grows. Shout out to Damon Grows. Shout out to Joe Montana. Shout out to the Joe Montana 16 dev team. G-Rob sent me over these images that I really needed it. So shout outs to him. Thank you very much, my dude. He helped me out big time. Earlier today, as you can see from part of the intro, Damon sent us this image. He posted this image on his Twitter feed. It reads, "In the beginning, we must decide who we want to be, and that will determine our fate." That was the caption underneath the image. If we really look into these words, as I put it up on the screen for you, I highlighted the words that I thought was kind of important. In the beginning, I'm gonna reread it to you. All right, that's just what I do. In the beginning, we must decide who we want to be. We want to be, and that will determine our fate. To me, this sounds like definitely it's a single player type of thing. I mean, we're gonna go back into the imagery in a second, but just the text, just the words, this telling me that we're going to be able to decide our fate. We're gonna be able to determine our fate. Now, in the image, which is good, and we're gonna go in a little bit more of the image. First is an image of an eye, then it's an image of a little boy who's growing up, or a little boy who's throwing a football. Could that be Joe Montana? It could be. That could be young Joe Montana. That's very true. But in the caption, in the quote, it says, we must determine who we want to be, to determine our fate. Our we is giving us ownership in what we're doing. This already seems like it's some kind of single player mode. I don't think it's just your typical single player mode. But how I know it's part of the game, of course, because Damon tweeted it, but how do I know it's part of a story mode? Take a look at these images. Now, these images, the first image that I'm showing you it looks like some kind of monster movie, maybe, I don't know, some little gremlin balloon looking thing, grows teeth, and you know, he's tracking his prey is sleeping, but you can see how it's like story elements in each grid, right? Something a little bit more relative to you guys would be Halo story mode for their comic book. Look how they drew it. Yes, some storyboards do have some text. I understand that some do, some don't, but look how they drew it, like in a stencil sketch kind of way, real quick sketches. Now, the reason why I know this is because my first job as a graphic designer, I worked at a car ad agency, and the very last 2 or 3 months that I worked there, they had me draw storyboards. So I know how storyboards look and how they work. And you know, we're gamers, we look at dev diaries. Dev diaries sometimes show storyboards in their single player or campaign mode. This last one is actually drawn in blue. The reason why I wanted to put it up here is because a lot of artists, we start off in blue and then we add color on top of it. In Paint, you do this as well. So I just wanted to show storyboards. Now, if we go back to our image that Damon tweeted earlier, it's exactly the same thing almost. There's no text to it, but it's drawn in blue. It's sketched out real quickly. These drawings are done by a professional artist, not just some random person. That's something to think about. So this is part of a story mode that's going to go into Joe Montana 16 for sure. There's no mistaking it. The boy is holding a football. So besides that, I have a little bit more proof, a little bit more exciting details, right? Again, shout out to my boy G-Rob. I mentioned him earlier, right? Luckily he saved these images. So I believe somebody was asking him about a fantasy single player game, because I believe they were talking about Myplayer, and it's a fantasy to live out a professional life as a football player or a basketball player as in NBA 2K. So Damon Grows, shout out to C-Mad at me. Damon Grows responded to C-Mad what the team came up with to fulfill that fantasy. You will beam with excitement, I think. And then underneath, he says, it's so freaking rad. Every time I think about it, it makes me go crazy. So by the time I got in on this chat, now this chat was that SFL stream on Twitch TV. Shout outs to the SFL. Damon goes in there on a regular basis. So I asked him straight up, is there a mode like NBA 2K Myplayer? Damon Grows eventually responds with, I think it's better. As you can see on the bottom of this screen capture, whoa, better than Myplayer. So you take that into consideration, what I just showed you earlier, it has to be this mode. Now, to me, something better than Myplayer, something that's like Myplayer, to me, that sounds like you're starting off from high school and then going to college and then going to the pros. Some kind of pro. I don't know if it's going to be NFL pro, but I know it's some kind of pro. And the game may start you off as a young student athlete, and then you go on. Now, that's speculation. I don't know exactly. But to me, that's what it seems like. It seems like it's a young person. It doesn't seem like a grown man in these images. It seems like a young boy, like high school level. And then as you read the caption again, in the beginning, young person, beginning of their career, beginning of their high school career, college career, beginning of something, we must decide who we want to be. Something that's better than 2K Myplayer. Let's just say it's not better than 2K. Let's just say it's something like 2K Myplayer. That will determine our fate. That's how I know it's something like 2K Myplayer mode, because in Myplayer, we're determining the type of player we want to be, but we're determining it at a pro level. What's better than that, in my opinion, is to start at high school and to start at college, maybe. I don't know if it's official college teams. It might be all fictitious. Who knows? We don't know. We don't have any confirmation on that. But I do think it's on the lines of you starting as a young person and then getting older and older and then eventually making it to the pros. That's what I think. It might be 2 or 3 games of that, maybe 5 or 6, but I think that's what it is. This is my speculation going on, but that's what I think it is. If you want a little bit more proof, and this is a little exciting too because of other stipulations. Now, if we go back to Mr. OS Post, this is exciting. The OS Post mentioned this mode already. Let me zoom in for you and highlight it in red. There are a few important modes. One is a story mode, and it's pretty cool. Think NBA 2K Myplayer, that's what you're getting. And what makes more sense and is better rationally than NBA 2K Myplayer mode than developing your skills as all professional athletes do as a young athlete. a young athlete, we develop our skills in high school, and then they just get better as we get older. Then they decline, of course, when we get to a certain age. But to me, this mode is better than Myplayer mode if it's that. Not if it's, oh, it's just better than Myplayer mode because it's set in football. No, I think it has to have some kind of merit behind that. And to me, what's better, what's more rational, what's more simulated is you're going through your high school or college career, and depending on what you do and how you play as a player determines who you are as a pro. That's awesome. That's super epic. If they pull that off, ooh, watch out. Again, this is all speculation. And that's it. I'm done with the speculation. I'm done with the info given to you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know this is another long video, but if you haven't checked out any of my other videos, please do so now. If you have the time, I definitely appreciate it. And as always, if you please share. Let's try to get the word out. If you don't let me know in the comments. Thumb down it, whatever. But let me know in the comments if you think this is total BS. Let me know. Otherwise, it's been a pleasure. I'm your boy Gettin. I'm out of here.